She was really a great presence at the net, and she had a lot of amazing blocks, especially in that legacy tournament game. She really stepped up. Made some really smart plays, too. She was one of our captains as well and seemed to really enjoy leading the team. We loved having Sydney on our team, and now I'm glad.
Kiara. Kiara is so eager to learn and seems to love the And then when we didn't have like any seniors, and they were the juniors, and we won the 2010 MDCC and 2010 MC, like the state championship. And great players, great uh, persons. And I have so many memories, and I'm so blessed to have them to have as a JV coaches in our school, in our program. And I have enjoyed them very much this season, and great job coaches. And so for our season, we were so ready for this season, season 2025. I couldn't wait because even though we are having one senior, but we were ready to take off. But you know, God always has some plans that we sometimes we don't understand. Something happened, and so we lost quarterback of the football, and then maybe Coach Kate, point guard of the basketball team, and we lost like center of our team. And then that happened like day before, one day before our season started, our first season game. So I had to change all our rotations and everything. And then I was like, okay, what am I going to do this season? All right, we'll take one game at a time. But my girls encouraged me, and they came to me and said, Coach, let's put that behind, and then let's move forward. We are going to work very hard, and they have. And I'm very proud of calling my girls as a Super 7 this year. Come on up, Super 7. All right, as I told you, our season record was best 3 out of 5 sets. Our record is 18-4. And they all did it. And I'm getting like little chills right now. And I've coached like 19 years. I had no sub in that season. This season, we made it without any single sub. I even had to borrow the JV player from JV team. I felt so bad. And so I had to, she was having really tough season because she had to play for varsity at Tasha Mangin, and she also had to play JV team. JV games, and then varsity games are right after JV games, and she has to come up, and then sometimes she has to play, 8 sets in one night. That's not easy as a freshman player. But thankfully that no one missed a day of the game. And I mean, even though they were so sick and they had to go home, but they stayed in school. And because we had the game that day. And so we did it through this Super 7. I would like to call them. Actually, this name of the Super 7 came from Mr. Price, Mr. Gary Price, in our school. And so he came every single game, away games and home games, and then he watched our games. We only had 7 players and no subs. And so, prayed a lot this season. Hope they didn't get sick. And if I miss one player, I don't know, Coach Kid, I don't know what would you do. I don't know. So I didn't even want to think about that, but we made it. We did it. And so we won the Legacy Tournament Championship. And also we were invited in public school tournament down Frederick. And also we played championship against Grace and we got the second place for MDCC. I'm so proud of them. And also last week we went to the Ohio National, and there was another level of the competition, and our team had a great experience, and they fought very hard for the name of heritage, and then they represented the Christ very well. So I'm very pleased with their performance. Okay, so let me grab my notes. So this year I had two freshmen, Tasha and Kaylee. So you guys, you two want to step up a little bit? And yeah, so Kaylee played varsity last year, and then Tasha was the first year for varsity. And like coming up to varsity level, it's a challenging. It's a level of the speed of the game is a very different, very hard, and very hard. But they contributed to our team so much, and so Kaylee had a 96 aces, and also she broke the actually record when Coach Kelly's. Their teammate Jessica Gaylor, who served 13 service in a row in the varsity level, that was our record last, like maybe 50, was it? Okay, so years ago. And this year, Kelly served 14 service in a row. So she broke that record. And Kelly had 81 kills and 21 blocks, and then 84 hits. And Tasha, like JV coach said, she has a great weapon for the serves. And she helped our team so much when we were down, and her serves is like deep down. And then so other team was like having a hard time to receive her serves. And so she had a 61 aces and then 42 digs. So I'm going to give them as a coach's award and also this certificate. Okay. All right, Chloe Snyder. All right, Chloe Snyder this year is her first year, and we definitely got knew we needed her. And she's my middle blocker, and so when we started training in summer, and what I was thinking like, where to start. So we worked and worked very hard, and she was always willing to work hard, and she was very coachable, hard worker. And so we started our season, her blocking time was pretty off, and so I kept like after the matches and we tried to fix it and practice. And then in the national game, Coach K was with us. She was a lot of room to improve. Yes. All right. Okay. Morgan, my Morgan. All right. All right. Morgan. Morgan's position is middle hitter and middle blocker. She loves to block. It's so fun to watch her blocking. And her blocking timing, she's so quick, and she loves to block. And she reads the ball so well in the middle. And so she, I mean, it's like, I think it's like we finally found her position. Last year she was hitting left outside, and then middle, and then switch back and forth. And then this year, like, I made a decision, Morgan, you're a middle blocker, middle hitter. And then she loved to hit a back too, especially with with our new stepping up setters. They never stepped before, and so they were so connected. And I mean, watching them play, and then their connection, it was so fun to watch, and their improvement. All right, Morgan is getting Coaches Award, and then certificate. All right, Peyton. All right. Okay, come close. All right. Peyton, this year she is my outside hitter, but as I told you, we lost the setter. So she became one of my setters. And as a setter's job is the hardest job on the team. And she just really stepped up, and she did an amazing job. And also she was an outside hitter too. So this year she got 113 aces, 268 kills, and 270 assists, and then 74 digs. And as a stats, you can see she has worked so hard. And also, she was named as a MDCC First Team All Conference, and also National Christian School Athletic Association All Tournament Team. She was named. So, and also my participation as a 100% award. So the ball in volleyball, second touch is setters. And so whenever we don't have a good passes, and setter has to run everywhere to get that ball. And she was hustling throughout the whole season. And thank you for your contribution for the team. All right, Chloe Shank, my senior, my only senior. All right, so Chloe had an ACL, and so ACL surgery last year, so she missed the season. We needed her so bad, but what could we do? We couldn't do anything because, everything is in God's control, so I had to accept it. And so she came back this year during the summer, and she said, okay, I wanted to get my position back. And I didn't answer. Yeah, that was the beginning of the summer, so right now, you don't have a position. All right, so as soon as I said to her, and after practices, she asked me, Coach, I wanted to stay extra, and I wanted to work hard. I wanted to practice more. So she kept grabbing And then she even called me some summer vacation time, and she asked me to practice with her too. So her determination, end of the summer, she earned her position as a libero. And so as a libero's job, and you only play in the back row, and she has to own it. She has to get every single ball and try not to touch the ball. And that was her job. And she stepped up as a great leader, and her competitiveness, I'm sure a lot of you guys know. And so she pushed us by far, like even in the national, and she didn't want to lose. And so she worked hard, and she was named as a MDCC first team all conference, even though she missed the season last year. And then Legacy all tournament team, and then MDCC all tournament team. And this year she got 42 aces and then 188 beats. So that's a lot of beats. So this year she got the leadership award. She's my captain. Actually, like sophomore captain, and normally like coaches watching their characters, personalities, and leadership. Characters, hard work, role models, and I see everything. But I really wanted my team wanted to be part of to pick the captain. So I had my team to nominate the captains, and then they voted. So Ava was voted as a captain, and she is a non-stop worker. And anything I ask her to do, and she does even beyond what I asked her to do. And so she also this year she had to take the saddest job too. She's an outside hitter, and then saddest job. And so it is not an easy job, but when I asked her to be a setter, one of the two setters, and she said whatever team needs, and I'll do it. And so I was very pleased to hear that answer. Eva this year she got 92 aces, and then 345 kills, 233 assists, and then she had 139 hits. So you can tell that she was all over, everywhere. So every single positions. And also she was named as a MVP from Legacy tournament, and also MDCC all tournament team, and also National Christian School Athletic Association all tournament team, and also she was named MDCC Player of the Year this year. As I told you, I've been coaching many years, and this year is the first year that Player of the Year was voted in the second place team. Coaches, all 7 coaches in MDCC, they are voting for this all conference team first and second, and then Player of the So they watch their characters and then their hard work and their teamwork and then their connections with the entire team. And even like they watch like each players. That's what I do when I play, like when I watch all the players in our NBCC conference. That's how I vote for other teams. And it was obvious that the coaches recognized Ava's a good character. So she was named the Player of the Year, and it was very honored as a coach too to have a Player of the Year in the second ranked team. So she's going to get a um, sportsmanship award, and also I'm going to present the Player of the Year NBCC conference. So, I mean, I would like to thank parents and family members and grandparents and all your support, school, Mr. Riceberg, and then athletic director. I couldn't do, and my girls couldn't do without your support and all your, even driving all the way to Ohio, and that was a lot of work for parents too, and I needed their parents. And also, and I have Mrs. Mongan is my bookkeeper here. She travels with a team everywhere, and so I would like to tell her, like, thank you for your hard work. And also this year, I know Coach K, she was so busy coaching with the JV team, and then like whenever she was possible, and she was trying to help the varsity team, and then sat with me and kept the stats, and then helping me a lot, like right behind me, and she was like my right on whenever I was like struggling with the games, and then what to do, and then she was encouraging me, and then and she as you see, she's like so positive. She always has a smile on her face, and then she's like, okay, she gives me some energy, and so I can finish this match. So thank you so much, Coach K. And she drove all the way to Citadel, Ohio, and her husband took like days off, and then her entire family came up to national tournaments and supported us. Yeah. And also, I recognize Mrs. Thorne, and like going to the nationals. I mean, I needed a lot of work to do, and it's even like a lot of paperwork and a lot of details, and so she was working like behind my scene and did a lot of work. So I really appreciate your support. All right. So it was such a blessing season, and I thank you for everything, Heritage Family, and then we all do, like my Super 7, they all know that we all doing this for the glory of God. Thank you so much.
I just want to say one quick thing about Coach A and Coach Kathleen. I really appreciate this season, and they've just leaded us in devotions every day before our games and practices, and it was just a really God and it was just a really great season. Thank you.
Oh, and also I need to mention my husband. As, as a wife and as a mom, um, it's a very hard season. It's like hours and hours and hours. Um, Without his support, and he even washes our team's jerseys too. And then we don't even put him in the dryer. He has to hang all those up. And sometimes, especially when we have a game next day, he puts all the fans like in our house, put them like in front of our jerseys, make sure those jerseys are dry for next day when we have the game. So thank you so much. Thank you. And, I'm so sorry, I have to call this Super 7 again. Coming up. And we did something special for Chloe Shank, our senior, and we would like to present. Come on.
I'm just going to say a quick word about Chloe. I'm really glad she got to come back this season. I know it was a rough season, 11th grade year, but she couldn't come. And she just put 100% hustle into everything she's done for our team. And we honestly couldn't have done it without anybody. But Chloe was a big asset to this team. And she's going to have a big shoes to fill next year. So she's going to be a big loss, and we're all going to miss her very much. But it's been a great season with her.
All right, we're going to take a real quick transition, and just like we started the evening with letting the girls go first to the food because we were going to get to the girls, we down here in the corner we have the ice cream ready, and guys, if you would go and get mine real quick because we're going to go next. so you can bring it with you, and that's okay. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Go ahead and go across the whole front, out in front. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little bit different as I talk about the team, and hopefully have a little bit of fun here. We're gonna play a little bit of a game. So what I'm gonna ask them to do is, if they think it's them, step forward, and then I'll tell you who it actually is. Okay, so we're gonna talk about our season in this fashion. Okay, first one. Most likely to forget something or leave it behind after a game. If you're a fair child, you should be stepping forward. Most likely to help, meaning help gather the balls after the game or pick things up, find balls in the woods. Don't step back, Josiah, you're correct. Micah, you Josiah and Micah. And Stephen, where's Stephen? That Rob, you know? Hey, how about this one? Most likely to take the ball from an opponent and dribble coast to coast. That would be Trey. Most likely to kick across the line, meaning outside of where they're supposed to be. Somebody said it. David? Every game, the ref would come to me and say, "Sir, I don't want to call it, but you know your goalie keeps stepping outside of the box." So I would warn him in the next game, "Sir, your goalie's stepping outside of the box." Most likely to set a teammate up, meaning get an assist. That would definitely be Brody. 24 assists on the season. Most likely to use his left foot. You said it. Gabe? Okay. Most likely to analyze opponent and talk strategy. Stephen? Most likely to try a bicycle kick. Ken? Most likely to come in and save the day. In other words, they've beaten us and they're getting ready to score and come out of nowhere and save it. Micah? Most likely to lose his shorts during the game. Jet? This is not a most likely, but had the greatest save of the season. And it's not the goalie. That was Trey in double overtime at Bishop Walsh, coming across. In 32 years of coaching, I don't know that I've ever seen it was like, okay, game's over, and out of nowhere, here came a cloud of dust, and how in the world he stopped that, I have no idea, but it was amazing. Most likely to annoy a teammate by throwing things at them. Jake. Most likely to turn on the speed. Joe or Ty. Most likely to say, "I'm ready, coach," usually just seconds after coming out of the game. Jonah. Most likely to open, most likely to be open and screaming at the top of his lungs, "Switch the field, switch the field," and he's probably still doing so. Ty. He was always open. Most likely to play well and still have Austin riding him. Josh. Most likely to jump in the air to play a ball that's not in the air. Joe. Most likely to accidentally kick someone in the shin. Josiah. Most likely to speak a different language to a team who only speaks English. Dylan. We got into the one tournament game, and I usually ask them at halftime, "What are you seeing?" so the team can talk. And we got to the halftime, and it came to, and he just started. Okay, we better do that. Most likely to lead by example. Micah and Josh. Most likely to score a game-winning goal in overtime Ken, most likely to nail a World Cup upper 90 shot in his first ever varsity game. Dylan versus Grace. Most likely to miss a game or 3 for hunting. Most likely to take an amazing shot from almost midfield. Noah, CBCS consolation game. A beautiful shot. Most likely to complain. Anthony, it's like, we practice in the morning. Why do we have to get up so early? We practice in the afternoon. Why do we have to have afternoon practice? We run. Why can't we kick the ball? We kick the ball. Why can't we run? It's water break. Why can't we do this? It's like whatever we were doing was wrong. Most likely to try to dribble through 6 people and try to score. Jack. Most likely to get an assist from the other end of the field. David. He had 2 assists and almost 2 others that we didn't convert, but good punts. Most likely to have fun and be the life of the party. Keenan. Most likely to speak, that's already done. Most likely to wear the same shin guards that he probably wore when he was 3. Brody. Most likely to score 4 goals in 1 game. Ken versus Grace. Most likely to volunteer to pray. Jake. Most likely to dive for a ball and take out an opponent to make a save. Keenan. We actually had in practice one time, and I'll try to quote this. He dove for a ball and took out 2 offensive players, and Austin was like, "Come on, bro, it's practice." And I think he went on to save it for the game, if I remember correctly. But at any rate, let's see, most likely to come out for a brand new sport and end up playing or trying just about every position. Cam. Most likely to be a future leader based on the leadership already shown. Josh. Most likely to chip. Chip, which is Cam. Most likely to ask what he needs to do to improve. Isaac. Most likely to misplace his captain armband in his shoe. No. Micah. Most likely to be playing soccer for the first time, but doing it so well that most people can't tell. Cam. Most likely to burn an opponent with continuous spin moves in the defensive end of the field. Trey. Most likely to laugh like Tigger while playing soccer. That would be Micah. If you watch him out there and they're going and somebody doesn't move, he's out there while one of his teammates doesn't move and it beats Mike. Most likely to be non-controversial. Noah. Most likely to do a throw-in just like he shoots a basketball. Isaac. Most likely to practice baseball before a soccer game. Stephen and Micah. Most likely to be irritated if people are goofing off or not doing what they're supposed to. Ty. Most likely to have the opportunity to take a penalty kick and score, but turned it down because a teammate wanted it. And it was his only chance to score. Micah. Cumberland Valley. Most likely to score a goal in the clutch when we really needed it. Austin. likely to shut an opponent down and keep a smile on his face while doing it? Noah. Most likely, is he most likely to get a sneaky goal? In other words, sneaking in behind the defense when he was supposed to be somewhere else? Anthony. Most likely to be surprised himself when he scores a goal? Jonah. Faith. Most likely to be heard from 3 states away? Coach Elwood. Most likely to be bundled up like it's freezing when it's over 80 degrees? Coach Guzman. Most likely to be missed next year? Stephen, Micah, and Austin. Most likely to believe that every one of these guys is incredible regardless of how crazy they are? That would be me. So, when I came here, back to Heritage, when I came home, one of the first things that we looked at was we have an incredible boys basketball program. We have an incredible girls varsity volleyball program. But I started talking with Coach Hammond, and we immediately set a goal athletically that we wanted to field teams that were competitive and build programs from top to bottom in all of the sports. If you pay attention to what's happening, you will see we are there. In our middle school varsity teams, we were the only school in the Mason-Dixon that had all 4 of our teams in the finals. Only school. It will be the same when we get to basketball, and it will be the same in the spring. We're here. So we set that goal to be there. This right here is my 2nd year coaching at Heritage. This is my 32nd year of coaching. And it's time to hand the torch because this is my last. But what a great team to go out with, and appreciate the opportunity to work with them and do that. But my duties and responsibilities have a greater call in leading the school. So it's time to make that adjustment. But I do want to give a few thank yous first to Mrs. Hammond, not only for putting our schedules together and all of that, and getting the bus drivers lined up, but also with having responsibilities in the parking lot every day. She's up there making sure the team is doing what they're supposed to, getting started, games and practices, getting the scorebook, the names in there ready to go, getting the refs all taken care of, and that's appreciated. Appreciate Mr. Hemphill for live streaming our games, so all those that could not be there to see the games. Appreciate Mr. Avila for taking the pictures. Allie also took some pictures, but appreciate those. And Mr. Thomas for driving, and to all the parents who helped with carpool. Appreciate Mrs. Mongan and Mrs. Fairchild for running the best concession stands around that you're going to find. And appreciate all of you for helping with the gate or in the concession stand, or being there to pick up your kids from practices or games or the things that you do. I appreciate Mrs. McMillan making sure that everybody has their physicals, checking when we have injuries or concussions or those things, and taking care of everything. And first aid bags filled and all of that stuff ready. And I do want to mention that I greatly appreciate my wife. When God puts people together, it's amazing, because He puts somebody that loves sports and would spend every minute of every day doing sports with one who never played sports and could care less about watching sports, and yet has spent the last 39 years following a bus that I was on because it mattered to me. Part of the reason why it's time to step down, because after 32 years, she's saying I need to go away to be able to see the grandkids. So it's appreciate her and what she puts into it. Talking about highlights on the season. After many years of not being successful, a record of 10-7-2. Undefeated after 5 games. Another major highlight was a win over Grace at Grace. Double-digit win season, a winning season, earning a home playoff game. That hasn't happened in a long time. Winning 2 playoff games, finishing 3rd place in the MDCC, and I do still believe we are the only team in the MDCC that was going to beat Calvary, and had we had been given the opportunity, it would have happened. But God had other reasons. Dominant performance in the consolation game versus CBCS. Just making a statement there of where we really should have been. Very proud of that. Earned the number 4 seed in the state tournament, Division I. I don't know that Heritage has ever been in Division I, but the 4 seed in Division I. Another major highlight was an overtime victory at Bishop Walsh. Incredible fight to get that. Another thing that stands out about this season is, you look up here, you see there's only 3 seniors and there's only 2 juniors. So what you see here is a built team that is ready. Look out Mason-Dixon and look out Maryland Christian School Tournament, because I can tell you the team to beat is standing up front. Just quickly to recognize these players. First, we have 8th grader Dylan Martinez. I'm just going to call him for time's sake, because we already told you a little bit about him when we did our game at the beginning. 9th grader Camden Britton, coming out playing for the first time and doing well. Alex Fairchild, stepping in and earning a starting spot as a freshman. Keenan Hurst, our backup goalie. Kenneth Kuzma at 14 goals and 5 assists on the year. Jet Redden at 2 goals and 1 assist on the year. Joe Kaplinger. Joe is part of our back 3, which I will put our back 3 up against any defense that any team has that are out there. Amazing. We'll talk about those that earn all conference honors and different things. I would say Joe, all conference honorable mention, and the reason I say that is because I announced him, or I nominated him, and if I had been given the opportunity to vote, he would be on that team. Should definitely be there. But when they're looking across all the other teams and dividing their players and choosing, they made a mistake. Nobody's perfect. Sophomore Jonah Croto. I just said we were a freshman here. Another sophomore, Gabe Crumpton. Another sophomore, Anthony Fairchild. Trey Fleming. Another part of that defensive back line and all-conference second team honors. Amazing player in the back. Look forward to seeing what God does with him. Our goalie, David Gomez. Another sophomore, Jake Grove. I told you about the assists, finishing the year with 5 goals and 24 assists, Brody Hemphill. Finishing the year with 3 goals and 1 assist, Ty Mongan. Josiah Toms, another sophomore. Part of the back 4, Noah Wilson. There's that smile we're talking about. It is always there. I think you could accidentally kick him in the shin and he would still be smiling. One of our juniors, Isaac Avila. The other junior, Josh McMillan. And our senior, Stephen Reno. Leading the team in goals with 22 goals and then 7 assists, Austin Fairchild. And last but not least, finished with 2 assists, Michael Wilson. So again, I would just say it's a great privilege to work with these guys. They come out and they work hard, and the great thing that you take away from the season, every one of these guys improved. They are a better soccer player now than they were when the season started, and they just kept working and they kept getting better. And you look at the depth that is there, and when you look at a team, say you got 24 players, okay, and up front, we didn't have 24 players last year. The year before that, I was not coaching, but over there watching and trying to support, and we had basically 12 with pulling up a couple 8th graders, so not anticipating. Had we known that there was going to be 24, what we would have done is scheduled a JV schedule and a varsity schedule, kept the varsity at 18 so that get more balanced playing time, and then get some games so that the younger ones could be developing and playing, and that should be the goal for next year, because I don't even want to hear, well, I'm not playing next year. No excuse. Well, I'll be back and just keep building on it. But that's what we should have done. But it was great to see every one of them improve on a daily basis and play hard, and not a one of them took a step backwards. They're getting better, pushing for playing time, opportunities, working hard in practice and learning. I appreciate that. There's a couple of awards, and we'll clean up and get out of here. First, I want to talk about most improved, which, again, as I just mentioned, that could be everyone up here because everybody improved. But I want to encourage those that are not up here. A champion is not made during the season. Championships are won in the off season. Championships are won when what you're doing when nobody else is working. When Grace is at home and we're working hard, that's when the championship is won. And this individual decided to take up soccer. He still plays other sports for our school, but still plays soccer pretty much year-round, and you can drastically see the improvement. As a freshman, first time stepped on the field as a coach, I'm sitting there saying, okay, this kid's got some skill. And we got into games, and he was pushed around a little bit as a freshman. Went home and worked hard over the summer, over the off season, playing, and came in, and those bigger kids were not pushing him around this year. He was controlling the middle of the field, and that's why we have the 24 assists, and that's why we have the success that we have controlling the midfield. But this year's most improved player is Brody Hemphill. Then we have our offensive and defensive MVP. The offensive MVP, again, should be pretty easy. Had 22 goals to lead the team, inspire. Often when we were in that clutch situation and we were like, we need a goal or whatever, and he'd run by and I'd be like, hey, you're the leader. Step up and get us one. It'll get everybody going. And most of the time he did that to help us get where we needed to and deliver. So great joy to coach him. He plays hard every day and definitely enjoys putting the ball in the back of the net. And the offensive most valuable player is Austin Fairchild. Our defense and the team, in his presence on the field and not on the field. And I'm not just talking about ability. The job that he did in the middle is amazing. But put aside that, you'll see that throughout the season, before he went on his trip and after the trip, usually the team was positive and encouraging each other, building each other up. In the 3 games we played while he was gone, we spent the whole time saying, hey, quit tearing each other down. They're the opponent. Just the leadership of his presence on the field, encouraging others to do what's right, is amazing. And then the job that he does in the middle of the field, in my opinion, the best defender in the whole conference. Most valuable player, Michael Wilson. And it has been a joy to coach these boys, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity. I definitely appreciate Coach Kuzma and Coach Elwood and their help throughout the year. They're working with middle school and doing that, but coming up to help when they can. And I appreciate that and look forward to seeing what they're going to do with the team moving forward, because there should be a lot of success in front of you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close us in prayer so that we can hopefully have a good evening. And then if you could, before you go, obviously if we can help get the trash done and the table and chairs away, that would be helpful. We appreciate that. But thank you so much for the privilege of coaching your children, the privilege of this. They're great kids. They're not perfect, but they're growing in the Lord. I can't wait to see what God does with each of them. Let's pray. Dear Lord, we just thank you for the privilege that we have to serve you. Lord, I thank you for every one of these young men and women that we get the privilege to work with. And Lord, I just pray that you would watch over them and keep them safe, that you would guard their hearts and keep them focused on you and on your word, that you would have them in church, that you would have them in personal devotions, that they would grow in their walk with you. Lord, I just pray that you would help them to grow up to be godly young men and women. Help them to go on from here to college or trade or whatever it is that you've prepared for them. And just use them in a great way in a society that is starved for good, strong Christian leadership. Lord, I pray that you would help them to step up and be a shining light on the hill, be a difference for you. Lord, I pray that you would help as we transition to our winter sports, that the teams would do well, that they would be healthy, and that they would be a good testimony for you as well. Lord, I pray that you would, it would be you that receives all of the honor and glory for everything tonight and throughout the school year. And Lord, we just praise you for not only what you do, but for who you are. Lord, we thank you for these parents and their investment in their children. Give us safety as we go home. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.